Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell. And this week I'm going to start this project here, but first we're going to do the unboxing video and see what's in here since this is still a sealed kit and I haven't opened this thing up. And we'll go over the contents and see what's actually in here. So first let's get started and get this open. Break the cellophane off of it here. Smell that. Closet dust, my favorite. Before we do that though, we'll go over the box here. The Street Burner series. This was issued back in 2011 and I can't believe I bought this new, and it's been in my stash for over 10 years now. A little bit surprising, but as I joined the model clubs and finding other places to buy kits through swap meets and friends and making friends that way, and some online, my stash has seriously grown. So a lot of kits I bought and ended up in my stash and didn't get very much farther. And this is one of them. I used to build them as soon as I got them, but as disposable money was there, I was buying them up and enjoying them that way. And it's always fun to look at the boxes and think about how you're going to build it, which I do all the time. So looking this over, it talks about Baldwin Motion product, the most famous Chevy. Make the standard SS 454 Chevelle look like a neighborhood weakling. Phase 3 L88 style hood. Detailed interior. Colorful Baldwin Motion graphics. No number of parts. Oh, 96 parts, so it's kind of a basic kit, but not too bad. And I remember building the SS 454 version, which I have, and then I built the Heavy Chevy and used the custom parts back then. And looking this thing over, it definitely, you know, it's got a different intake. So kind of the Baldwin stuff doesn't really show the Baldwin Motion valve covers, so I may swap those. The other thing, you know, I want to build this one pretty much right out of the box since I really don't have a whole lot of Baldwin Motion Chevelle information. I mean, I've got this book, I've read a lot of this, but when it comes to the 70 Chevelle, there really isn't much in here. There's a lot on the new Camaro. This is all a 69. But the only 70 Chevelle in here is this white one right here. Kind of basic, I really don't want to do that, but I do want to put the torque thrust on it. I really like those wheels. But this one being a basic, a white car with a white vinyl top with the L88 hood. But this is really the only Chevelle in this, and it really doesn't talk too much about the Chevelles. And I can find other Chevelles online, like two, but there's not a whole lot of information out there. I really don't know how many were actually done in Baldwin Motion. But I like this kit, and I remember it being a pretty easy kit to build, so I don't really know what updates they did to it. But let's open this up and see what's in here. Of course, the bag, plain tires, no lettering, and only the one size. I remember the Heavy Chevy had bigger rear tires also. Oh, cool. I actually got two sets of glass. Kind of nice. Here's the chrome tree. Okay, just the stock 454 valve covers. The stock SS wheels, which I guess I'm going to change those out because there's no other wheel options. I remember the Heavy Chevy having center lines as an option also. I may be wrong on that because that was in the 80s when I built that. It's got the blower scoop, some of the blower parts, but not all of them. Here's the Baldwin Motion added parts and the side pipes. So there's the parts they added for the Baldwin Motion. So there's the Corvette side pipes, air cleaner, shifter, carburetor. Some other levers here. There's a tack. And all of this is standard stuff. There's a standard shifter, standard mirror. Okay. Got the bullet mirrors over here as well. And then the standard air cleaner, which really isn't correct for the 454 SS either. But it's in the kit that way. So we got that. Got the standard glass. Directions. I don't see any decals. Oh, here they are. Okay. So here's the instructions, headers. Oh, we'll open that bag up here in a minute. Multi-piece interior. side pipes, and then the decals. So let's check out the decal sheet. Quite a bit there. There's a lot of Motion decals right there. Which, when I'm looking at the box, they put a bunch of them on the cars. I got one on each side of the hood, one on the fenders, and I saw one on the trunk. Yeah, right here on the trunk. So there's 5 on the body as far as building right out of the box. It looks like they give you 7 of them. The 454 SS ones on the fender, the SS emblems on the grill and the bumper. Stripes, but only in black. Hood pins, Mr. Motion, gauges, radio, front fender, turn signals, the Chevelle. The SS ones for the actual wheels. So there's some nice decals there. And let's open this up and see what's inside here. There's the hood, or the body. It's got a lot of scratches in it, but not a big deal. Primer and sand out, mold line right here. A little bit of cleanup required right there. Now the fenders, they got the mold line right here in the middle on the fender. That takes a little bit of work to sand out and kind of clean that up. But that's, I remember that from the previous builds, and looks like it's going to need a little bit of cleanup on this one as well. So that really hasn't changed. But pretty straightforward body. Inner fenders and everything all molded in. Overflow bottle, battery. These cars didn't have overflow bottles, so that, you know, as far as the real car goes, it shouldn't be there. But it's a Baldwin Motion. He could have added a catch can. Okay, here's the chassis, the interior floor pan, the wheels with the really big sections where they go onto the axles in front. Here's the bullet mirrors, which I'm going to use those. The fan. Looks like you got a CB radio here. I don't know if I'll use that. Alright, here's the front bucket seats, the chassis, steering column, alternator, fan, steering wheel, and intake, but that looks like the stock intake. Stock steering wheel. I think I saw a picture of another steering wheel. Well, here we go. Got the center console piece, the back of the console. Here's a, looks like an ignition box, like an MSD ignition box. A firewall piece, that's interesting. I don't remember that. Looks like this is all kind of added parts. Distributor. Here's the intake, which is like the Edelbrock Torquer setup. Master cylinder brake booster, clutch pedals for the manual tranny. Here we go. Here's some more unique Baldwin parts. Clean that up a little bit. The headers, steering wheel. So it looks like all that's new. Suspension, radiator, core support, radiator hose, just the upper. Something fell off here. Well, that ain't gonna be it. Timing cover, radiator, the shroud, and then the heads. So there's the custom steering wheel for Baldwin Motion, which is kind of nice. Here's this piece that fell off for the axle. Oh, here's the rear axle. Doesn't have the molded in exhaust. Alright, so you got the rear axle with no exhaust. Here's the side pipes. Is that, okay, that's just sprue. So there's the side pipes. Go to the headers. Here's the engine block. Pretty simple. It doesn't have the stock bell housing. So it's kind of like a scatter shield, which I'll paint that black. That'll look more accurate for the Baldwin Motion. Because a lot of race cars, they would put that in there. Although that's more of a modern thing. I don't know if they had those back then. Simple front suspension. There's the dash. No speakers on the top or anything, but nice simplified dash, which is typical for Revell. And then last we got this tree with the door panels. And a pretty nice L88 hood on there. So it doesn't have the regular cowl induction hood, but it has the L88 hood. So pretty much only one way to build this one is as the Baldwin Motion. So there's all of that. So put the decals on there and got the hood pins molded in. So those are in there too. It's pretty cool. I saw decals on there for the hood pins. Got power windows, power door locks. So pretty loaded interior as far as that goes. So it's pretty nice stuff. Be a pretty easy one to build here. Pretty much right out of the box. Really not going to modify too much. Don't know if I'm going to add plug wires. Here's the part that fell off. Looks like a heater box with AC. Got the vacuum tank on the side of it. Then the new Baldwin stuff. Although with this firewall piece and that firewall, that's more of a heater only, not AC. Well, I'll have to refer to the instructions here, check that out. Again, really simple chassis. Just got Revell 1985 China molded in there. I'll sand that off, and then TM/GM. So those are nice easy spots to sand off and remove. More of the copyright from 1985. That's when the car came out the first time, even though this kit's from 2011. Alright. That's kind of funny that I got two clear trees. Not two chrome trees. Alright, so I'll pretty much build this right out of the box. I may add the Baldwin Motion valve covers that I get from the AMT 70 Baldwin Motion Camaro. It's got a really nice set of valve covers. Although that kit is actually like 1/25th, not 1/24th. So they may not fit. But I'll check into that, as I got a couple of those for parts kit. And I'll change out these wheels. I'm almost certain I've got a set of torque thrusts from one of the like 70 GTX that should swap right into here. So I'll get started on this and get moving, get it primed, and get the bodywork going. But this will be a quick, easy build, pretty much right out of the box. There's not a whole lot of information on specific cars. Like that white car has this emblem here and then the Baldwin on top, but these decals of Baldwin goes here and they put the Baldwin Motion up here. I've seen another car, a turquoise car, that has the stripes. The SS emblem's up on this fender and Baldwin's on this, so you can swap them. I may not do that because I like the emblems here. And then if Baldwin Motion was doing that, they'd have to fill in all the holes and repaint that area. So I don't know if they would do that, but it depended on the level of bodywork they would do, because they did a lot of stuff like that. The hood was a fiberglass hood when they added the L88 hood. So a little bit of bodywork, a little bit of priming. We'll get this thing started. I'll get it going here. So thanks for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments. Really appreciate it. And let me know if you built this kit. I haven't built this particular version, and I don't think it's been out since 2011. So it's one run that I know of. So I think it's pretty cool. I hope they release it again, but we'll see. I mean, it's pretty much due, but I haven't seen the Revell Chevelle 70 Chevelle out in the stores in quite a while. Even though it's an older tool, but it's nice to have a modified version or a different version that you can make. So we'll continue on with this and stay tuned, and we'll see what happens.